Okay, this video is going to describe how we could diagnose an existing radio network that is already installed. So the simulation that we have here is on our test bench. We have a master RAD900 Phoenix radio, and we have slave radios. And this application, I should have mentioned before, is simulating a heat trace communication network utilizing serial communication transmitted over 900 megahertz signal using the Phoenix RAD900 radios. So there will come a time where you will lose signal to one of the radios for whatever reason. Maybe a loss of power supply dies, some sort of issue in the antennas, maybe the actual radio itself fails. And you're going to need to understand, if you have a loss of heat trace communication, is understanding what is happening with your radios. So the easiest way to do this is at your master location. So typically this will be installed in an MCC, is going to our master location and installing or connecting our laptops to the master radio. This does not work if you are trying to plug into a slave radio and then trying to do diagnostics. The diagnostics will only work if you're plugged into the master location. So we're going to plug in our RAD900 programming cable, and then we're going to go over to the laptop. As soon as you open up PSI Config, the first thing you need to select is this trusted wireless. So this is any RAD900 that's located in North America. We're going to select this. We're going to go next. And the next thing we can do is immediately, instead of opening a project or creating a new project, we can just go to Diagnostics. And in the Diagnostics section, it'll turn the radios online, and we will see the option to do active diagnostics or passive diagnostics. Active diagnostics will stop all communication. If there's heat trace communication happening between the radios, it'll stop that and then just monitor the radios. Or we can select passive. So I typically always select passive. And then what we can see is all of the radios on the network. So if you lose a radio, you should know all of your radios that are on a network, and you will quickly see if you happen to lose power to, or you happen to not have a radio that's connected. You also here can look at all of your signal strength to all of your slave radios. Going a step further, at each radio, you even have the option, without opening a design file, is you can go through all of the network settings and actually see how each one of these heat trace control, or each one of these radios is configured. Okay. Oh, my apologies. You can only still see it for the one you are physically plugged into. So we're plugged into the master radio. I can see all of the configurations for this master radio. Now, if you're seeing all of your radios and you're still having heat trace communication issues, the issue is likely not with the radios. And here we go to some more advanced troubleshooting techniques, and then trying to see, do I have a connection issue from my network to my TCP to 485 converter, or do I now have an issue on the slave radios from the slave radio to my heat trace controllers? This gets a little bit more advanced, but really quickly, we could always ping this device and see if we can see this device. If we can see this device, that's great. And then we could use a tool like Modbus Poll to actually individually poll or test each individual heat trace circuit and see where we're running into issues. Is a heat trace controller failed and locking up the loop? Is there termination issues, loose terminations, things of that nature could be it. But this video is really intended how to look at the diagnostics of your RAD900 radios that are already in the field.